So because I'm including the technical definition of slavery having to do with being a slave to your abuses, to your judgments, to your values, to your indentured servitude, to your subjugation and pimping out my image in all the forms that you do, whether it's me walking on the street and showing everybody, or me, going to the bathroom and showing everybody, or rerunning those tapes of me apparently having sexual encounters. It's all slavery. Okay, but let's just start without sex slavery. Let's just start with regular slavery. Now, I know you're thinking racial terms. First of all, there have been white slaves, so don't get freaked out. And second of all, think of how I'm using this, okay? What are the effects psychologically? Subconscious inferiority complex is huge. When people continue to treat me, shun me, and treat me like I'm not even worth talking to, pretend that no one watches my YouTube videos, constantly talking down to me, spitting towards me, trying to attack me, or staring at me in my sleep like I'm an animal, or any of this, it leads to feelings of subconscious inferiority. Lack of self-worth. Yep. I'm not even worth talking to, guys. I'm worth talking about all day, but I'm not even worth talking to. Let's see what you guys subject me to. You make fun of me all day, you can't ask a fucking question. I'm not worth things. Right? I'm already crazy, even if I'm not crazy. I was never worth it. Keep that in mind. From the get-go, I was never worth talking to. This is what they said. Disconnection with society. When you feel these ways, do you really want to connect with others? No. Why? Because it'll just remind you of these feelings all over again. What do I want to do? I want to run away and go on a farm. Exactly. Is that normal? Yep. Self-loathing. When you're taught that everything you are is what other people say, even if it's not true, and you hear it over and over and over for, say, 3 years, you're a man, you're a tranny, you're a hooker, you're worthless, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're bad, you're spiritually inept, mentally inept, emotionally inept, you're selfish, you're on and on and on, delusional, and da-da-da-da, every insult in the book. Self-loathing. Depression, once again. It's depressing to see. For me, it's more depressing to see what you guys are. That's depressing. To know what humanity is pretty fucking sad. It's really sad. Emotional trauma. Yeah, this has been definitely emotionally, mentally, physically traumatizing. Humiliation. To be treated like an animal, to be treated like a subject, to be treated like an object, to be treated like an experiment, to be treated like a sideshow thing. Go and step right up. And when you're done, go get the souvenir on the way out from the human zoo. Stare at her in her sleep. Welcome back. Don't worry about it. We're not going to issue a disclaimer that that's rude or that you shouldn't do it. Going up. Oh, go talk to her. Yeah, maybe she'll say something funny. And I'll share about that. We'll have a good laugh. Brainwashing. The victimizer tends to try to brainwash the victim, in case me in this situation, that it's their fault, that it's because they're less, that they're right, that they have no power, that it all goes to them. Brainwashing. Don't think for yourself. Do not think for yourself. And everything that you do, say we're going to psychoanalyze. Oh, you wrote an E instead of an A, we're psychoanalyze this as to why you aren't worth talking to. Right. They want you to be dependent on them. Dependent on Big Bro or the warden or the panel or the media for all of your sense of self. Become dependent. This worthlessness leads to anxiety, dehumanization, feeling that you're separated from because you're not part of. Frankly, I'm like good riddance. Carlin, humanity. Never had it to begin with. Exactly. So luckily I can rationalize this. They actually did find in slaves, because of malnutrition, eating bullshit that's just in packages, let's say, or not having enough to eat. It leads to anemia and weakened bones, depression, psychological effects of that as well. when you're asked to, don't get violent, don't really be as angry as you are. I'm pissed, I'm livid, but I can't do a goddamn thing. People can come up and hit me, they have, and I can't do anything, and you don't stop them. Okay? People can steal my stuff, and you don't do anything, you don't stop. They can sexually harass me all day, they can do whatever they want. You don't stop them. This leads to repression, which leads to depression, which leads to outbursts, horrible rage. But whose fault is that? Always mine. Now, what are the conditions that create Stockholm Syndrome and all the fun psychological effects of becoming dependent on your enslaver? Situations in which you perceive that there is a threat. They're out to get me. This is what I perceive. This is what I know. This is what I perceive. And so there's right for the situation. Appreciation of the smallest little acts. Really, I'm like, you can't cough up a €1. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but what the fuck is the point? It's such an insult to injury when you lay down your pennies and your 5 cents or whatever. If you can't cough up a euro, you don't believe me, then don't give me money. You know what I mean? But this is a little ridiculous. I'm sitting here nickel and diming. Thank you. Wow, cool, 10 cents. Oh, no way. Thank you. Isolation leads to this. The conviction that they can't escape. I can't escape. You won't let me go. So what are you trying to do? What are they aiming for when I say they're trying to break me of my stubborn rebellion? They're aiming for me to like them. Oh, I miss Big Brother. I wish so much that you would invade me. I love the government. They're trying to brainwash me into being a good, submissive automaton and sit there and take it and then apologize for how much I deserved it and how sorry I am for what they did to me. I'm sorry because it was my fault. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I've already gone through child abuse and gone through therapy, so fuck yourself. I know what you're doing.